can't do this. I just can't. Did they expect me just to go out there in a church full of people and give my husband's eulogy? Don't they realize I have feelings too? I am hurting. God. Is there even a God? If there's anyone out there who can hear me, please help me get this. 50,000 people worked at the World Trade Center building. Yet when the hijacked planes hit the towers on September 11 of 2001, there were only 20,000 employees busy working at their desks. Of those 20,000 employees, only 3,500 were killed during the attack. People argued that it was God who spared all those lives. But does this mean that the thousands of lives that were lost were also on God's hands? This is the exact same question that haunts Alana's mind after her husband's death in the 9/11 attack. She begins to question the whole existence of God. While giving her husband's eulogy, she publicly releases her isolated feelings and battles her faith in God, If You're Really Out There, by Cynthia Ripso. I met my husband, Henry, in the 10th grade. He was in the debate team, and I was writing a school newspaper article about the state championship he was competing in. I managed to get an interview with him between rounds, and as cliche as may have seemed, we just clicked. We got to know each other, and I saw that we had completely different interests. While he liked video games like Pac-Man, I enjoyed my time in my room reading romance novels. We ended up going to the same college, NYU. Living in New York with him was such a dream. He was such a goofball. Once we got into this minor fight, no big deal. Walking the streets of Broadway, and Henry, just stop talking. And then he got down on one knee and started singing Baby Come Back. We got married. And I could perfectly picture our future together. It was going to be so great. We're going to have 3 kids and live in this New York apartment just with a view to the city. I've been sitting alone on my apartment for 1 week now. Henry's things are still where he left them. I just can't bring myself to move them. His shirt lays on the bed spot. I can still smell his cologne. His checkbook lays on the kitchen table. He left it because he was on a rush to get to work. I feel like any minute now he's just gonna come walking through that window and he will kiss me and I won't let go, but I know that's not gonna happen. It's impossible. He's gone now. I have to accept it. I have to bring myself to it, but I just can't. It was such a beautiful morning that day. The day of the attack. The day he passed away. Said goodbye. No, we didn't say goodbye. Not the way you should. I was drinking coffee by the kitchen counter. He was telling me about his new idea that he was going to pitch to the corporate. He gave me a kiss goodbye and then he rushed out the door. If only I knew that was the last time I ever see him. I ever touch him, I ever feel his touch against mine. Couldn't God have warned me about that? Where was God when I needed him? Anyways, sorry. At about 8:30 a.m. I was working. But then I felt my phone ring, so I got up. Hey babe, how are you? It was Henry. He was telling me that the corporate had loved his new idea and that they were planning to use it in the future. I'm so proud of you, babe. We're really gonna make it. I love you too. We said goodbye. No more than 20 minutes later, my phone was ringing again. Henry? It was Henry again. But this time, the only sound I could hear on the other end of the line was his breathing. It was slow, raspy, like there was something stuck in his throat. Henry? Hello? Are you there? I got this feeling at the very mouth of my stomach. It's like someone had just punched me in the gut. It was this bad feeling. I can't explain it to you, but I don't know if you felt it, but I hope you never have to feel it because it was awful. It was draining me. It was taking everything I got just to not fall to the ground in my knees. Before he could say anything, I heard sirens echoing down the window. So I went to see what was going to happen. I couldn't just leave the sirens hanging. I saw smoke. Smoke out her window. It was everywhere. It was just covering the air. Every building was surrounded by it. So I rushed to the TV to see what was going on. And that's when I saw it. Henry, are you okay? Please answer me, please. Please, I can't lose you. A plane had crashed into the World Trade Center building. Henry's office. He only said a lot, I love you, and then the phone fell. The call fell. And the only thing I could hear was his dial tone. No! 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 No, this cannot be happening, not to me. I crumbled down with every door of the building, losing all the hopes I had of a happy marriage, of a life with him. Everything was crumbling down. In 5 minutes, I looked. The loss of the love of my life was just. I know many people were safe during that attack. And I'm happy for you. I am. I'm sorry if I don't seem to be happy for you, but for everyone who knows one of the victims who was saved, I'm really happy for you. But please, I just lost the love of my life. You didn't deserve to die, not like that. How can something so marvelous be killed by something so awful? I'm just trying to bring myself to believe this, to believe that he's gone now and that I have to move on with my life. I have to go back to work and I have to get it together, move out. I just can't be one more second in that apartment. But until I can have one last thing left to say. A prayer. God, if you're really out there, please tell Henry this one prayer. Tell him that I love him.